They say a cat has 9 lives. Well, in the world of snakes, a python is born with 9 kills. These long and stout snakes are known to kill their prey and swallow them whole. But sometimes these predators can also be the prey. In today's video, we bring you the tale of a python that picked up a monkey for lunch, only to find itself in a big mess later. So make sure to stick with us till the end. Also, before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Let's dive in. The jungle was silent except for the soft rustle of leaves underfoot. A hungry python, massive and patient, slithered through the dense undergrowth. Its eyes, like golden coins, were locked onto a lone monkey picking fruit from a low branch. The monkey, totally unaware of the danger lurking below, plucked a juicy mango in its hand, savoring the cool shade and sweet taste. The python, muscles coiled beneath its sleek scales, crept closer with each passing moment. Every inch forward brought it closer to the perfect moment, to the moment when it would unleash its lethal coil and secure a delicious meal. The air grew thick and heavy. The silence of the jungle was profound, as if the very trees were holding their breath, sensing the impending drama. Then in a blink, a blur of green and yellow, the python lunged, its massive coils wrapped around the unsuspecting monkey in a vice-like grip. The monkey let out a scream that echoed through the thick canopy. The python had struck with the speed of lightning, leaving no time for escape or defense. But the prey was no ordinary victim. With surprising strength, the monkey bit down on the python's scales, raking its sharp claws down the snake's face. In a panic, the python tightened its coils, trying to restrict the flow of blood to constrict the life out of its tenacious victim. The monkey, however, refused to yield. It bit and scratched with wild determination, its small frame trembling with the effort. As the struggle intensified, leaves flew through the air, branches cracked under the strain. And in the heart of this wild ballet of death and defiance, the outcome hung in the balance. The python, normally an epitome of calculated power and precision, started to panic. It had encountered many opponents in its lifetime, but none had fought with such unrelenting ferocity. Its cold-blooded composure began to crack. Just when it thought it had the upper hand, the monkey managed to twist free, freeing a paw to claw at the python's eyes. The pain was excruciating, momentarily blinding the snake. With a Herculean effort, the monkey managed to scramble up a nearby tree, escaping the python's grasp and safety of the branches. But its ordeal was far from over. Still entangled in the python's coils, the monkey dangled precariously, its heart pounding against its ribs. It let out a desperate scream, a cry for help that pierced through the thick foliage of the jungle. The python, seething in pain and frustration, tried to dislodge the clinging monkey. It writhed, it constricted, but the determined primate held on. As if summoned by the monkey's cry, a chorus of screams erupted from the surrounding trees. A whole troop of monkeys was descending on the python, their fury palpable as they screeched and hurled themselves at the snake, biting, scratching, pulling at the python's tail and coiling by. They attacked with every ounce of their strength and animosity. The python, once the embodiment of fearsome power, now found itself trapped in a net of angry fur and gnashing teeth. It thrashed wildly, trying to free itself from the unrelenting assault. But the more it struggled, the tighter the monkey's closed ranks, making the snake's escape seem impossible. The python's breaths grew heavy, its muscles spasming in a vain attempt to break free. Its golden eyes, once gleaming with predatory.com, now rolled back in its head, reflecting the sheer terror it was experiencing. This was not how a python was supposed to behave. It was supposed to be the hunter, not the hunt. It was supposed to instill fear, not feel it. Yet here it was, caught in a web of its own making, paying the price for underestimating the fury of a cornered creature. As the minutes ticked by, the python's strength ebbed away. The combined assault of the troop was too much for it to bear. It was losing the battle. With a final Herculean effort, the monkeys pulled the python off balance, causing it to crash to the ground. The impact knocked the wind out of the snake, leaving it stunned and vulnerable. Seizing the moment, the monkeys swarmed the downed serpent, their attacks becoming even more frenzied. The python, its scales now dull, its movements sluggish, offered no defense. It was at their mercy. Now, normally, a python's venom could turn the tide of such a battle, but this python, in a desperate attempt to escape, had used up its deadly arsenal earlier. Now it was left with nothing but its fading strength and the dawning realization of its impending doom. As the monkeys continued their relentless assault, the python's breathing grew shallow and its eyes lost their golden luster. The jungle, which had been holding its breath throughout the fight, exhaled in a sudden rush of wind. The monkeys, sensing the imminent end of the battle, redoubled their efforts. Their screams echoing through the trees were not just cries of rage, but a testament to their unity, their refusal to surrender one of their own. Finally, with a shuddering sigh that seemed to suck the remaining life out of the snake, the python went still. Its massive coils, once a symbol of deadly power, lay limp on the forest floor, now just a lifeless heap of scales and muscle. The monkeys, their bodies bruised and scratched, stood around the fallen python, their leader's life hanging in the balance. A sense of somber triumph settled over the troop. They had won, but their victory was tinged with the knowledge of the cost of their triumph. As the adrenaline ebbed and exhaustion set in, the monkeys gathered around their fallen comrade. Their worried chatter filled the air, their hands gently touching the injured monkey, trying to rouse it from its stupor. Slowly, as if summoned by their collective worry, the injured monkey stirred. It opened its eyes, hazy and unfocused at first, then clearing to reveal the familiar jungle green. A wave of relief swept through the troop. The python might have been defeated, but this battle had taken its toll. Their numbers were thin on the ground, their bodies bearing the scars of the fight. Yet amidst the weariness, there was a shared sense of pride. They had defended their own, driven back an ancient enemy. The jungle, which had been a silent witness to their struggle, seemed to respond to their collective sigh of relief. Birds sang in the trees, insects hummed their ceaseless tune, and the rustling of leaves whispered tales of the day's event. Nature, which had held its breath during the battle, exhaled, releasing the pent-up tension of the confrontation. The monkeys, their wounds bandaged with leaves and soft vegetation, huddled together. The memory of the fight was still fresh. The image of the fallen python, a stark reminder of their adversary's strength. But there was also the knowledge of their own tenacity, the understanding that their unity had been their shield and armor. In the days that followed, the tale of the python's defeat spread through the jungle. It became a legend, a story told and retold around waterholes and under the starry sky. The monkeys became symbols of courage, their victory over the python a beacon of hope against overwhelming odds. Meanwhile, the python, once a formidable predator, lay where it fell. Its massive coils, once a symbol of deadly power, now served as a warning and a testament to the indomitable spirit of the jungle. Its golden eyes, once gleaming with predatory.com, were now vacant, reflecting the eternal darkness that had claimed it. And so, the jungle went on, its cycles undisturbed by the ebb and flow of life and death. The monkeys, forever bonded by their shared ordeal, continued their daily lives. The python's presence, like a bad dream, gradually faded from their memories, but the tale of their bravery echoed through the ages. A reminder that even the mightiest can be felled when spirit and solidarity join hands. So what do you think? How do you think the story ended? Do you think the monkeys made the right decision by ganging up on the python? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave us a comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell icon to never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.